6 grumpy zodiac signs who are always in a bad mood. Everything rubs them the wrong way. Do you often find yourself irritable, cranky, crabby, and bad-tempered? Do the smallest things set you off? If so, then according to astrology, you might be one of the grumpy zodiac signs who make everyone around you miserable. Everyone can get in a bad mood every now and then, but some zodiac signs seem more able to let things slide. When you have a grumpy attitude, it tends to affect how you see the world, how you live your life, and how you interact with other people. If you expect things to go badly in your life, or that people will disappoint you, they probably will. One of the problems with being grumpy is that, if it's left alone, it can morph into more intense feelings of anger, sadness, frustration, and resentment. For some people, grumpy is their go-to attitude. However, maybe you're only grumpy when you haven't had enough sleep, or you skipped a meal. You could be grumpy because things aren't happening in your life in the way you thought they would. You can't fully express how you're feeling, so instead, you act touchy and disagreeable. 1. Scorpio, October 23, November 21. Scorpios tend to be sensitive, but they don't want to expose their vulnerability for the world to see, so they tend to hide it behind grumpiness. If they've been recently betrayed, hurt, or if something has stirred up feelings from the past, they will be extra sulky and bad-tempered. What they need to do to stop being so grumpy is get in touch with their compassion and try to not take things so personally. Sometimes people aren't who you think they are, or they don't act the way you want them to, so instead of letting it affect your mood, wish them well, and let it go. 2. Pisces, February 19, March 20. Speaking of sensitive, Pisces is another of the zodiac signs who are extremely sensitive and have a lot of emotions. They can get extremely unhappy and annoyed if they let the little things bother them too much. Over time, those little things get bigger and more painful, and Pisces' ability to tolerate things becomes smaller. Their grumpiness has a tendency to affect everyone around them. The best thing for Pisces to do is find a creative way to let out those negative feelings and start to focus on the good things in life again. 3. Capricorn, December 22, January 19. When Capricorn is in a grumpy mood, the littlest things can set them off, anything from a temperature change to the type of light shining on them. People can also worsen the situation for a Capricorn, so their best method of getting over the grumpiness is a little self-care. Capricorn needs to go somewhere quiet, where they can be alone, disengage from the outside world, and process their feelings. Their grumpiness is usually a sign saying that they need to take a break and stop thinking about everyone else's needs. Music, yoga, meditation, a bubble bath, or breathing work may help them to feel less crabby and irritable. 4. Cancer, June 21, July 22. Cancers tend to get grumpy over small to moderate-sized annoyances, usually things that have to do with their family, or some injustice they feel they've been subjected to. The good news is that as grumpy and bad-tempered as Cancer can be, they also can get over it fairly quickly. The best thing they can do is look at the big picture and see how these petty annoyances won't affect them in the long run. If Cancers focus on all the things in their life that are good and working for them, they'll start to feel better and less sulky. 5. Aquarius, January 20, February 18. If an Aquarius doesn't feel as if they're being heard or understood, they can get bent out of shape and extremely irritable. They like being the smartest person in the room, as long as there is at least one person who sees how brilliant and creative they are. If there isn't anyone to validate them, Aquarius isn't a happy camper. One way they can shed some of that grumpiness is to get rid of their energy by doing something physical like taking a walk or going swimming. Working out will put them in a better mood as it allows them to focus on something besides how crabby they are. 6. Virgo, August 23, September 22. If a Virgo is doing their work, especially if it's something they're passionate about, or if Virgo's environment is somehow disturbed, they will get grumpy. Since they are so adept at finding answers, the best thing they can do is acknowledge their irritability and try to discover the source of it. Was it something that someone else did or said, or is Virgo secretly mad at themselves for something they think they did? If Virgo wants to be grumpy, then they have every right to wallow in their grumpiness until the point they are so sick of feeling that way